Sermon 49, Commentary. This sermon beautifully articulates the core principles of Tawheed, monotheism, as understood in Shia theology, drawing from the Quran and the teachings of the Ahlul Bayt. It emphasizes that Allah is transcendent, yet immanent, unknowable in His essence, yet knowable through His signs. The key themes of the sermon include Allah's presence in hidden and manifest realities. Amir al-Mu'mineen, when he states, "Who lies inside all things," elucidates the meaning that Allah encompasses the innermost secrets of existence, the batin or esoteric aspect. Yet when Amir al-Mu'mineen describes Allah as towards whom all open things guide, indicates that the entire manifest universe, manifest being zahir, such as stars, creation, and natural laws, point to him as evidence. This reflects the Quranic idea that signs, ayat, in the heavens and the earth testify to the Creator. For example, in Quran 41:53 and Surah Baqarah 2:164. No part of reality is devoid of His subtle presence. Another theme of this sermon relates to the fact that beyond sensory perception, yet inescapable, i.e. referring to Allah. Allah is beyond sensory perception, yet He is inescapable. When Amir al-Mu'mineen in the sermon says, "He cannot be seen by the eye of the onlooker," this aligns with Quranic statements that vision cannot grasp Allah, such as in the Quran 6:103, where the Quran states, "Vision perceives Him not, but He perceives all vision." However, denial is impossible because the intellect, aql, recognizes the necessity of a creator, and even a denying mind, as Amir al-Mu'mineen states, ultimately submits when confronted with existential signs. This highlights the role of reason in Shia thought. Faith is not blind, but rooted in rational proof, while the divine essence remains beyond full human comprehension. The sermon also elucidates the fact that sublimity and nearness, qurb, without an analogy or equality. Imam Ali alayhi salam masterfully balances transcendence and immanence. Allah is infinitely exalted, for nothing can be more sublime than He, yet closer to every being than its own self, echoing the Quran 10:16, where the Quran states, "We are closer to Him than His jugular vein." Crucially, His sublimity does not distance Him from creation, nor does His nearness imply resemblance or equality. This rejects both extreme transcendence, making God remote, and incarnation, likening, making Him like creatures. Another theme of the sermon relates to the limits of human knowledge. Human intellect is not given the limits of His attributes, preventing full encapsulation of the divine, yet it is granted essential knowledge, enough to affirm His existence, oneness, and perfection. This is a hallmark of Shia epistemology. We know Allah through His names, we know Allah through His attributes, and we know Allah through His actions, as described in Revelation, but we do not liken Him to creation. Another theme is the rejection of tasbih or tatil. The closing line, "Allah is sublime beyond what is described by those who liken Him to things," or those who deny Him, directly condemns two deviations. Tashbih is likening or comparison. Attributing physical form, location, or human-like qualities to Allah is rejected, and ta'til or denial, Stripping Allah of attributes or rejecting His reality altogether is also rejected. Imam Ali alayhi salam affirms a middle path of pure Tawheed. Allah has attributes as per the Quran and Sunnah, but they are unlike any created things. Scholars such as Ayatollah Mukarram Shirazi and others in the Shia tradition explain this as protecting monotheism from polytheistic contamination while encouraging reflection on creation as a pathway to knowing the Creator. In broader Shia scholarship, such as in commentaries from the works of Allama Tabatabai in Bihar al-Anwar, this sermon is praised for its philosophical depth. It influences discussions in Kalam theology on God's attributes, the limits of reason, and the harmony between faith and intellect. It reminds believers that true knowledge of Allah leads to awe, humility, and worship, not speculation that reduce the divine to human categories.